Hi friends, welcome to free CCNA Packet Tracer Labs for Beginners. In this video, we are going to create a DHCP server for two networks. In this topology, we can see we have two networks, network 1 and network 2, and we have a DHCP server which is in network 2. All the devices PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, they are going to get the IP address from this DHCP server. Okay, before coming to it, friends, if you like to get these type of technical videos in future, consider subscribing. And also, for any assistance, you can contact our team. Details you will get from the description below. Here is our simulator. So first of all, we will design the topology. We need a router 4331. Let me choose 4331 router, and this is R1, and we have two networks. We will add two switches, 2960 series. We will rename this as S1 and this is S2. Also, we will add some end devices. Okay, we will start from PC1. Let me add here. Okay, perfect. PC1, PC2. Then we have PC3 and PC4. Also, I will add a server. This is a DHCP server. So let me rename as DHCP server. Let me delete this device. Perfect. Now we will connect all these devices. Coming to connections, we will choose copper straight through. Press Ctrl from keyboard and click on this copper straight through so that we can connect multiple devices. So let me click on copper straight through. From R1 G000 to S1 G0/1. Again from R1 we will connect to S2 G0/0/1 to S2 G0/1. Perfect. Now we will connect PC1 and PC2 to this switch S1. FA0/1 to PC1, FA0/2 to PC2. Then PC3, PC4 and DHCP server will connect to S2. FA0/1 to PC3, FA0/2 to PC4, and this is DHCP server, so I prefer to connect to gigabit Ethernet 0/2 to this DHCP server. Okay, so our topology is ready. Here we have two networks. Let me highlight those networks. So here we have one network. Then we have one more network. Consider network 2. Okay. So here this is network 1 and this is network 2. Also, we will plan some IP address, network address for network 1 as well as network 2. Okay, in the previous videos we used class C network. So here we will use class B network. You can use any address from class A or class B or class C. So here I will use class B. Consider 172.16.0.0/16. We are not doing any subnetting. And here in network 2 we will use 172.17.0.0/16. Okay, here we are ready with our topology. Now we have to configure the devices. Also, okay, we will design the addressing table also. So what IP address should be given to its interfaces or to the DHCP server? Here is our addressing table. So we are going to update this addressing table, and here is our topology. We have this router R1, so device R1. Then we got two interfaces for this R1, G000 and G001. So let me update that here. G0/0/0. Also we have G0/0/1. Okay, then we have these PCs or DHCP server. Okay, let me give DHCP server. Okay, so here we have to give a nick. Then we will assign DHCP IP address using DHCP to any one of these, which actually we should not do like that, but we will show how we can assign IP address using DHCP. So we will take S1 here for the VLAN 1. Okay, here we are going to use a DHCP. Also we have these PCs, PC1, PC2, PC3 and PC4. We are going to assign IP address using this DHCP server. So let me give the device a name, PC1, PC2, PC3 and PC4. This all nick. And here we are going to give a DHCP. Now coming to R1, we have these two interfaces, G000, which is connected to network 1, and G0/0/1, which is connected to this network 2. So we will assign IP address for these interfaces. Coming to G000, we can see this interface in network 1, and we decided its network address 172.16.0.0/16. So here we will use the first usable IP address for this interface G000, that is 172.16.0.1, and to mask, default to mask. Perfect. Default gateway is not applicable, and we will give the comments. We can see this interface is connected to S1. Connected to S1, interface G0/1, and here G0/0/1, which is connected to S2 network 2. Here we will use 172.17.0.1. so this is the first usable IP address from this network, and to mask, default gateways are not applicable, and it is connected to S2 interface G0/1. Also we will assign an IP address for this DHCP server. Okay, so we can see this DHCP server is in network 2, and we have to assign an address from this subnet. So here let me give 172.17.0.2. okay, so here is a subnet mask. Then default gateway, we can see this network is connected to this interface G0/0/1. So obviously the default gateway will be the IP address of this interface G0/0/1. So I can copy this address here, 172.17.0.1, and we can see this is connected to S2, interface G0/2, and we can see S1 VLAN 1. This is for the switch virtual interface. PC1 connected to S1. Okay, let me give those comments. Connected to S1 interface FA0/1, and PC2 is connected to FA0/2. 2 in S1. Then PC3 and PC4. Better I will copy these two lines and here we can edit it to S2. So here we can see PC3 is connected to FS0/1 in S2 and PC4 is connected to it's not S3, it's S2, FS0/2. Now it's correct. Okay, our addressing table is ready here, and now we will configure R1 DHCP server. Also, we will configure DHCP service in DHCP server. Coming back to our packet tracer, so we will go to R1 and we will configure these interfaces. Coming to R1, here we will give no, enable, configure terminal, and let me set the host name, that is important, R1. Sorry, perfect. Now we will configure the interfaces. First of all, we will go to interface G0/0/0. We will set the IP address 172.16.0.1, and here is the subnet mask. Then activate this interface. Then we will go to interface G0/0/1, then IP address 172.17.0.1 and the subnet mask. Activate the interface, no shutdown, end, copy, run, space, start. Both interfaces are up. Also, we configured the IP address for these interfaces. Okay, now we will set IP address for this DHCP server. Coming to DHCP server, we'll go to desktop, IP configuration, and we are going to set static IP address. We are going to configure IP address manually. 172.16, so it's in a 17 network, so we have to give 17.0.2. so this is the address we decided to give for this DHCP server. And here is a subnet mask, and coming to the default gateway 172.16.0.1. So we can ping from DHCP server to its default gateway 172.17.0.1 and make sure that we get the replies. Also, we can ping to 172.16.0.1, the other network. Perfect. We have to configure a DHCP service. So here we cannot see that service tab. So we can enable service tab from options menu. So here we can see only config, desktop, and programming, right? So here we will go to options, preferences, and here we can see many tabs and show or hide. And here we can see hide services tab. So we'll remove this tick here. Okay, now close it and come back to DHCP server, and we can see services, and there are different services like HTTP, DHCP, DHCP v6, TFTP, so and so. So here we are going to enable this DHCP services. So click on DHCP, and here we can see DHCP service is off, so put it on. Here we have a default pool named server pool, and we cannot change its name, or even we cannot remove this default pool. So we can edit this. So let me click on this pool here, server pool, and here we can update the details. like default gateway. I will give this for this network 2. So let me give the default gateway 172.17.0.1. So this is the default gateway for this network 2. And DNS server anyway is not required. Then start IP address. Okay, we will start from 172.17. We'll start from 1.1. Then subnet mask. Okay, it's correct. And we can give maximum number of users. Okay, here let me give 100 addresses. TFTP server, wireless LAN controller, not required. So we can save it. So we can see the changes here. Default gateway. Yeah. Then start IP address. Also we can see subnet mask and the maximum users. Now we will create another pool for this network 1. So here we will give some name like network 1. Okay, and the default gateway is 172.16.0.1 and start IP address 172.16.1.1. okay, that's fine. Maximum number of users. Okay, and we will add it, not save. We have to add this pool, and here we can see that pool network 1. It's a default gateway, that's correct. Start IP address, subnet mask, and the maximum number of users. So our DHCP service we enabled. Let me close this DHCP server window, and we will go to PC3. Okay, we'll go to desktop IP configuration and click on DHCP option. Here we can see static, that means manually we have to enter the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, so and so. But here we are going to get the IP address using DHCP, and we can see this PC3 and PC4. They are in the local network where DHCP server is situated, right? So they will get the IP address. PC3 directory will communicate to DHCP server. He will request for the IP address, and the DHCP server will provide the IP address to PC3. So we'll click on DHCP, and here we can see DHCP request successful. So this PC3 received IPv4 address, subnet mask, and default gateway. Also, we can go to PC4 desktop IP configuration, click on DHCP, and make sure that PC4 also get IPv4 address. DHCP request successful. We can see the next IP address 172.17.1.2, subnet mask, and default gateway. It's perfect. Now we can test the connectivity. Here PC3 will go to command prompt, and we can ping to its default gateway 172.17.0.1 and make sure that you get the replies. Also we can ping to our DHCP server 0.2, so we get the replies. Even we'll go to PC4 command prompt, ping to the default gateway. Also we can ping to our DHCP server. Even we can ping from PC4 to PC3 also. Its IP address is 1.1. We can verify from here. Okay, or even we can verify using this command, not show command. It's ipconfig/o. And we can see its IPv4 address 172.17.1.1. okay, and we get the replies. Next we will go to PC1 and PC2 desktop IP configuration, and we will give DHCP option. So here we can see it's requesting IP address, and we can see it's failed. DHCP failed. API-PA is being used. So here we can see the link local IPv4 address 169.254.220.144. So this PC1 is not received IP address from this DHCP server. Correct? Even we can try in PC2. It will fail. PC2 also will not get the IP address from the DHCP server. DHCP failed. Why these PCs, PC1 and PC2, not received its IP address from the DHCP server? Because we can see this DHCP server is in a remote location, not in the same network. So these PCs, PC1 and PC2, is not received their IP address from the DHCP server. And also we can understand that this PC's request, I mean DHCP request, only broadcasted inside this local network, in this network 1. Then how PC1 and PC2 will get IP address from this DHCP server? Obviously, we have to configure DHCP or relay. Here we will configure the IP helper address to this interface G0/0/0, and we have to give the IP address of this DHCP server. Okay, we'll go to R1, enable conft, and we will go to the interface G0/0/0, and here we have to set the IP helper address, and we have to specify the IP address of our DHCP server. So its IP address is 172.17.0.2. Perfect. So we can see this line is very important. Okay, let me end and copy from RAM to NVRAM. Now we will try to give DHCP in PC1 and PC2. PC1 IP configuration. Oh, here we can see already it's in DHCP and he received IP address. PC1 received IP address from the DHCP server 172.16.1.1, and to mask also we can see the default gateway. Perfect. And also we can go to PC2, and here we can see its IP address. PC2 also received its IP address from our DHCP server. We can test the connectivity. We'll go to PC1 command prompt, ping to the default gateway 172.16.0.1. Perfect. We can ping to PC2. Its address is 1.2. Perfect. Even we can ping to our DHCP server also. Its address is 172.17.0.2. Perfect. Next we will configure to obtain IP address automatically by this switch S1. So in real time we will not do this process because we need to configure these devices remotely, and that IP address should not be changed. Okay, we will go to S1 CLI, and here enable conft, and we will go to the interface. It's a VLAN 1. Activate this interface, notch down, and we will set the IP address. So here we are not going to give the IP address manually. So here we are going to give DHCP option. So let me type DHCP, and here we can see interface VLAN 1 assigned DHCP address 172.16.1.3 with this subnet to mask. Okay, we can verify this configuration in S1. So enable. Here let me give running config, show running config, and here we can see interface VLAN 1, and we cannot see the address, IP address, the given DHCP. So now we will try show IP interface brief, and here we can see VLAN 1 IP address 172.16.1.3. Okay, we will ping from PC1 to S1. Ping to our switch S1. We may get 1 or 2 requests timed out, and here we can see we get the replies. Now we will go to this network 2 and we will try to ping to this S1. We'll go to PC3 command prompt, ping to our switch S1. Request timed out. Yes, here we can see we get the replies. Perfect. So in this video we configured a DHCP server for 2 networks. Now dear friends, if you have any doubt, any suggestions, please comment below, or even you can contact our team. All the details are in description box. And also subscribe, like and share our videos with your friends. Stay tuned. We will meet again with the next video. Thank you.